Hey, hi guys.
अभी जो कर रहा हूँ
Hello. Hi guys. Guys, I'm audible.
यस सर
Okay, that's great. Akhilesh, Anjali, Deepa, Himanshu, Deepan, Shubham. So, how many of you guys are currently studying college? I mean, third year or fourth year? I hope that wasn't a simple question. Okay. The Rupam has answered. Apart from that, guys. Hey, hi Sapna. Good evening. So I was asking, how many of you guys what's the current status, guys? I mean, you people have completed and currently working, or you people are trying for a new job as a career change, or you currently studying engineering or bachelor's, you're pursuing something. I like to know my audience, so then I'm just asking. I hope that's a simple question. It's Shubham, you're working. So Shubham, you're working in IT or you're working? Okay. Good. Others? Yeah, hi Ramanil. Okay.
हेलो सर
Yeah, hi, Junaid. How are you?
फाइन सर सर आपने मैसेज नहीं भेजे आया नहीं क्यों
Acha, wait. Okay, you're telling about the announcement, right?
अनाउंसमेंट
Yeah, yeah. This was
Yes, sir.
announcement. So why guys? You mean you guys wanted announcement to join the class?
नहीं सर, ऐसा तो चेक करता हूँ, मगर कोई कोई रहता ना कि अनाउंसमेंट नहीं मिले तो लगता है कि लेक्चर नहीं है, इसलिए।
अच्छा ऐसा भी होता है क्या? ओके ओके।
हाँ।
I have sent this announcement. Here I guess. Finish. So I see like few of you guys are from the non-coding background. So I specifically asked those people who has answered me in chat that they are from a non-coding background. So are you people are able to follow the class? Are you people facing any problem in coding?
Hello, sir. Actually, hello.
Yes, Raman.
Sir, actually, I'm trying it HTML code. I try to write the code, but in CSS and HTML both I didn't get in CSS. Means you said that some HTML is
Did you
title
check
dot
the-
CSS to CSS and title dot HTML? You said that href equal to
yeah, Raman. So did you check the GitHub repository that I have shared for the code?
yes, sir. Yes,
Did
sir,
you
I
find?
checked.
Okay. So
I did
inside,
both. I saved the both files, sir. One
okay.
is HTML and second is CSS.
Correct. So after saving, right, you need to link the CSS file in your HTML. To
Yes,
do
sir.
that, if you check in the current code base, whatever you're writing, in the code base that I shared, right, in the GitHub, there in HTML file, go to the head tag. In the head tag, you will find a tag called link, link link. Okay, that you have to use.
Sir, I use it like that only.
Then it
And
should have worked.
I write my own code.
Okay.
Like first give HTML and after next head and after next I give title, sir, in and body.
Yeah, see,
Yes.
in the head, inside head, you need to add this particular line. Have you added this line?
Yes.
With the title.css, whatever one you have given?
Yes, sir. Sir, for both all the means meta name equal to test site all.
This is not required. I mean, these two are not required, but this is required for linking the CSS file.
Only this in this tag only link dot.
Yeah, link. This line number 13 is there, right? This tag is required to link your HTML, the CSS file to this respective HTML file.
Yes, sir. What the file I saved the name that file I will include.
Yeah, that should come here. Whatever file name that you have saved, right? And both
Yes,
should
sir.
be inside the same folder.
Same folder. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, sir. Sir,
I think
I
you have
saved
missed
it
that.
both are desktop only.
Okay, in desktop you have saved, then you need to give the exact path here. You don't find it actually if you have saved in the desktop. So let's do one thing, Ramani. Let's sit after 11 o'clock, right? Once the class is about to close, at that time you can share your screen, but I can
Okay.
solve the doubt you have. Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
sir.
So,
Okay. Hey, hi, yes, Sapna. Yes, Sapna.
sir, I'm not able to find your CS code or HTML code. Actually, can you share your screen and show me your GitHub repo where you save your code? Actually, I'm not able to find.
Okay. Yesterday I have updated it, so it should be there.
Sir, actually, I don't have your. I don't have your repo properly. Can you please share me your link?
Okay. Wait. This is the repo. Okay. So did anybody? I mean, other people, have you guys? Anybody was able to get the code from the repo, or everybody's facing the problem?
No, sir, I write my own code, not from this your rep.
No, that is okay. I mean, I have shared the link for the repo. Did any one of you check the repo? Okay. Yeah, you have got, I guess. Okay, I have shared the repo link. Okay. So in that you will find an attain you folder. Inside that you can find two files, HTML file and a CSS file. Yesterday I have updated that this particular file.
Sir,
So every day.
you just send me code. I don't have your proper repo, so I'm not able to find your whole code like a PDF and something.
No. Wait. See, once the URL that I've sent, right? If you open that URL, right, it will open directly. It will come to this particular page.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So once you click on that attain you, inside that you have both the files. Once you click on that particular file, you can find the complete code. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Try doing that.
Okay, sir.
Okay. See, once you open it, right? I mean, once you come to this, right? So once you click on the attain you will go inside it. No, don't worry about it. Okay. Good.
So where have you shared these PPT sheets?
That is also there in the same repo, I guess. Where I have this class PPT notes, inside which all the PPTs are there. I mean, in the PDF format.
Sir, just share whole your GitHub URL link now. Actually, you send now me PPT different and the code different. Just
see, both are in different repo. Both are not in the same repo.
so you are not able to send me whole your GitHub repo. What's your actually name in GitHub?
See, I'm sending the repo link. In GitHub, I have two repos. One is for code and one is for notes. Both are separate.
Okay.
Okay. I have sent both the links in the chat here. Okay. And also I guess I have shared it on the announcement also. So still, if your people are not able to get that, let me know so that I can share the link again.
You can do one thing, like you can create the folder day-wise on the GitHub so that like we can get the daily codes. I mean, it is not required for me, but for others it can help.
So actually, I was not thinking to do that. Let me tell you why I'm not doing that in daily basis. If I put it daily, right, then your people will learn only the daily code.
No, it is not required for me. I'm not checking for the codes, but yeah.
Cool. I mean, if I put on the daily code, right, then for the topics. No, I'm just telling in general.
Yeah, I understand your concern, what you are saying.
Yeah. I want you to look from top to bottom, everything. Okay, guys. So, hi, good evening, guys. So back again with the lecture today. So today we will be discussing. So yeah, I guess we can start. I guess. So today we'll be discussing the CSS 4. This is the fourth lecture on the CSS learning series. So the topics that we will be looking into today would be today we will be looking into CSS transition properties. Okay, it is more of like in today will be some kind of, it is proper CSS where you can see the elements are literally getting aesthetically beautiful. Okay, not beautiful, aesthetically changed. Okay, so the ones that we are going to look in today is CSS shadows, then CSS transitions, then CSS transformations, and then CSS gradients. So these are the four topics that we're going to look in today. So we could say like we'll be writing much of a code today because the topics are less, because each topic has we need to spend a lot of time in each topic. Okay, so I'll go through each one of them. Stop me right away if you people didn't understand anywhere. Okay, so yeah, so let's begin with the very first one, which is called CSS shadow. So in general, you people might know what a shadow is, right? So shadow is nothing but it's a property once a respective object is placed in front of a light. So the region behind that object which don't get the light has a blurred dark color. So that is considered as a shadow in the real life. So similarly, if we want to mimic that on site, where we need to give a shadow, right? So we use a CSS property called as box shadow. Okay, and this particular box shadow will have these all values. Okay, so it's a shorthand notation where it can have initial value of none. Okay, all the elements which are loaded on the screen initially has none. It don't have any shadow. Okay, then either it can have a none value. Okay, so let's try out the very first one. Okay, so let's comment all this. Okay, and so comment this. Let's come to the new line. Let's create a h1 tag which says CSS lecture 4. Okay, so here what I'll do is I'll create a div. Okay. A div, and name of the div would be square. Let's say the class would be, let's call it square. Okay, fine. Now what we'll do is in the CSS, what we're going to do is we are going to make that particular div as a square. So what is a square? Square has the length and breadth both are equal. So for that div, the div's name is square. So what kind of selector I'm using here? What is the selector called with a dot?
Class selector.
Yeah, class selector. Okay. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the
So,
height. Yes, Shaiza.
so square spelling is correct. Yeah, no, it's okay. It's UAR.
Yeah, it's a typo. It's a typing typo. So yeah, let's take it as 50px. Okay, and let's take the height and width as 50px. Okay, and let's take background color. Let's take that as black. Okay, so this is what we have. So let's go and reload this page. So see, we have a square here with a 50px length and 50px height and 50px width. With the color is black. Okay, so okay, let's not keep it as black because we are also going to use the shadows, right? So let's keep it as red. Okay, let's reload this. Okay. Now our job is to add shadows to it. So the very first one we saw was none. It means there is no shadow at all. If you want to give explicit value to the respective element where no shadow it has, in that case, what we'll do is we'll do box shadow as none. So it is not going to make any big difference. It is going to be remain the same. The only thing that got added here was a property called box shadow as none. If you remove that or keep it, it's not going to make a difference because initially all the all the HTML elements on a page will not have any kind of shadow. Okay, so is it clear, guys, how this particular HTML element has a shadow? How we can introduce a property called shadow and keeping it as none? So is you people are you people clear on this particular first level of box shadow?
So box कहाँ से ले रहा है sir?
See, this is a property name called as box shadow, which is nothing but it gives shadow to the complete box. A box is nothing but a rectangular. Okay.
वहाँ पे जो आप box किया है ना एक box जो हो रहा है height and width के साथ
हाँ.
तो इसमें आप box कहाँ से आ रहा है?
See, this is a div. This is a div for which I have kept this I mean height and width, and I have given a color to it, background color to it. That's why it is coming as a square. See, in the code, right? What I have done is I have created a div with a class name as square. I can give any class. Okay. To this particular div, I have given a CSS property as height as 50px and width as 50px, and I've given a background color to it. Okay. Because of that, because of this particular three CSS properties, we are able to see a square on the website.
So,
Yes, sir.
so why we put dot before square?
Sorry, can you? Okay, why we put dot here?
Yes, sir.
Because this is a class vector. The HTML element that we have here, a div has a class name as square.
Oh yeah, sir, got it. Okay.
So why you gave none value here? Box shadow. You can give any other value, no?
No, this is the very first case that we are going to try out. When a box shadow has a none value, what happens?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the very first one that we have seen here, when the box shadow value is none. Okay. Now let's look into the next set of values, which can be given to the
So
box
your
shadow.
voice is breaking.
Is my voice breaking, guys, for everyone?
No,
Yes,
sir.
sir, it is
Oh, sir.
breaking.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear now, guys?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Cool. So what happened here was, so the next one that we are going to look into is the H offset, V offset, blur, spread, and color. So let's see what these things are. The H offset, whatever value we are going to give, is nothing but the horizontal offset. Okay, this is called a horizontal offset. So horizontal offset is nothing but, see, this is the screen. So this the top right, top left corner is considered as the 0, 0 value. Okay, let's consider this as complete a graph where this particular the top of this particular screen, right? That is called a 0, 0 value. So when you give a horizontal offset from its position, it will move right. If you give a positive value, it will move right. If you give a negative value, it will move left. The H offset is nothing but a horizontal offset. If you give a positive value, it will move right. If you give a negative value, it will move left. So that is called as horizontal offset or H offset. Okay.
Sir, repeat करिए sir one more time.
Okay. See, this is our website. Okay. Okay. Now we have a box here. Okay. Okay. Now I have H offset. Okay. So H offset is nothing but a horizontal offset. So this is horizontal. Okay. This is horizontal. Okay. And this is vertical. Okay. So we have H offset and V offset. So H offset is nothing but the horizontal offset, where, okay. So the H offset is an horizontal offset. So whatever value we are going to give for the H offset, it will make this particular box to move either right or left. Okay. If the H offset is positive, it will move right. This is positive value. And if the H offset is negative, it will move in the negative value. I mean, it's on the left. So whenever we are applying a shadow to this particular element, right? So if you are going to give an H offset positive, that means the shadow will appear on the right side. Okay. And for the vertical of this, when it is a negative value, we can use it on the the shadow will come on the left side of the particular box. Okay, that is why we use H offset.
सर नन की जगह वैल्यू रखेंगे तब जाके ऐसा होगा सर.
हाँ, नन के जगह वैल्यू जब रखेंगे तब ऐसा. ठीक है
सर एक बार दिखा दे सर किस तरह से.
वेट करो. Let me go through all theory first, then I'll show. Okay. Then we have something called as vertical offset. So vertical offset is basically for the vertical range. So if we move up and we can move down. So whenever we move down, that is the positive value, and whenever we move up, that is the negative value. If the the vertical offset have negative value, the shadow will appear on the top. The shadow will appear on top, and when the vertical opposite will have a negative positive value, it will appear on down. Okay, so let's check this out. Okay, so let's say instead of this, I'll give 20 px and 10 px. Okay, I'll save this and come back here and reload our page. Okay, so see, now the shadow is coming down here. So I have given up the horizontal offset is 20 px and the vertical offset is 10 px. So we have a shadow for this red color box. Are you guys able to see the shadow, right?
So for vertical, if it is positive, then it will come down.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
will come down.
downside.
It will come down.
Yeah.
Downside, yeah. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll stop here and I'll give you 2 minutes, guys. Please implement the same thing in your laptop, computer, desktop, so that I can confidently move forward.
The first one is for horizontal or the vertical? 20 pixel.
20 pixel is for horizontal. The first value is always horizontal. The next one is the vertical.
Okay.
सर दूसरा वाला शीट दिखाइए ना. ये तो आपका इसका हो गया CSS का. दूसरा बताइए ना.
दूसरा मतलब
HTML फाइल की बात कर रहे हैं सर.
अच्छा, HTML file. Okay. Please be specific, guys. Sorry. So this is the HTML file. Are you guys able to understand what box shadow is and how to give an initial value for the box shadow?
Sir,
with
open
horizontal
file.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
with the horizontal and vertical offset?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
ये रियल लाइफ में कहाँ यूज होता है सर?
It's used in lots of websites. Any website, if you go and check, right, you can see a small shadow somewhere. Okay, let's see. Let's check Amazon.
Can you please show us?
Yeah. Let me check. See, there will be some kind of shadow somewhere. Let's check whether it has or not. There is no shadow here. It's a very plain website. Okay, let's check some other website. Okay, I'll give you an example, real life example. If you guys type the code, I'll just find the example for you. So see, in this particular Flipkart website, right? When I hover on this, you can see there is a slight change in the border, and there is a small shadow which is coming in back. This is one kind of a live example that you can see where the shadow is being used. Yeah, guys, coming back to our topic, did you people implement this? Is everybody done with this code? Shall we move forward? Give me a thumbs up, guys, or put it in chat so that, yeah, great. So yeah, let's move to the next portion. So we have seen what an horizontal offset is, what is a vertical offset is. Now let's look into the blur radius. So blur radius is nothing but it is a radius value to make this particular shadow blurred. Okay, if I add that is actually given in px. Okay, that's given in px. So see, this is kind of thick now. The shadow that we have right now is thick. If you want to make it blurred, okay, let's give one more value. See, now I have given a third value, introduce a third value, which is a blur radius. So I have given a radius 10 px now. Okay, so see, you're able to see the blurriness of the respective shadow that we initially had. So if I keep on decreasing, right, this is the 0 px, that is initial one. If I go on increasing, the blurriness of the respective shadow will keep on increasing. Okay, so this is why we use a blurred radius. So blurred radius is an important property which is added to box shadow. So how we need to add that property is, this is the third parameter that you need to give for CSS, box CSS property, box shadow CSS property. It is also in PX or in any kind of lens that we discussed, any lens you can give it. So let's give it in PX. If you give 10 PX and reload this page, see, it's got blurred. Any doubts in the blur radius, guys, in box shadow? So if you keep on increasing the size of the blur, right, will automatically you can see there is the shadow is becoming blurred. It will if you keep on increasing right at certain point, it will kind of vanish away. But there will be a little impact you can see of shadow. So that is why we use blur. So if people use this photo editing app, right? So in this photo editing app like PixArt or any kind of thing, PixArt or Lightroom, these kind of applications, right? Mobile applications. So there is something called as blur. Blurred. So you have a circle to which you can blur all the background or something like that, right? So similar way we use it here. Okay. So Rahul, I'll come to that. I'll come to the question. I mean, you're adding one more value, right? I'll tell you what exactly that is. So any doubts here on this particular blur radius, guys? Why we are using blur radius and anything? Any doubts on their blur radius, guys? Exactly. So Sumitra, whatever you have asked is correct. So the blur is nothing. It's not a position. It's not about the position. It is the position of the respective shadow is based upon the horizontal offset and the vertical offset. So blur is a value. A blur radius is a value. This is going to show the sharpness of the respective uh, shadow. So if you keep on increasing the blur radius, the shadow gets blurred. That's all. But it stays in the same location. Any doubt here, guys? Give me a thumbs up if people understood what we done here, or put it in chat. Okay.
Understood, sir.
Great. Okay, so I'll give you 2 minutes, guys. Just try it out, this blur radius part, and see it in your laptop or desktop or computer screen, so that you feel confident that people are able to do it. Give me a thumbs up, guys, or put it in chat so that we can move forward. So coming, so Rahul Nair had a question that what if I add a fourth value? What happens? Okay, so this is the value. This is how we are giving the values to the shadow box. So first one is the horizontal offset. Second value is the vertical offset. Then third one is the blur radius, and fourth one is the spread radius. Spread radius, how we need to spread the shadow around the box. So this is how we'll do it. Okay. So the next value that we are going to give, the fourth value that we are going to give in px or any kind of length, relative length. So what it's going to define is how it's going to be spread across the box or the object or HTML element, whatever you can say. Okay. So for example, if I'm going to give the fourth value here now, let's see an live example. Let's say I'm giving 10 px. Okay. Or let's go for 50 px, a bigger value. See, so it basically the fourth value that we are going to give, right? That is nothing but how it is going to spread it around the box. Okay, so that is how we are defining the value. So if I keep on decreasing, right? If it goes to 0, that means it is at the initial position. If it keeps on increasing, the size of the shadow will keep on increasing. So eventually it will grow on all the sides. So that is the fourth value called the spread radius. Okay. So the positive value will increase the size, the negative value will decrease the size. So that is called as spread radius. Let's try it out in our code. So let's give 30 px, for instance. Let's save this and check it. See, the size of the shadow has become grown up now. It's grown. So this is how, that's why we used the fourth value called as spread radius. Any doubt on the spread radius, guys? Are you guys able to understand? Okay.
Yes, it's very easy thing.
Yeah, it's easy one. Cool. So I want you guys to try it out in your laptop, desktop, or computers before we move forward. See, CSS is literally easy, man. You no need to worry a lot about it. You need to know what kind of property we are going to use and what kind of values we need to give it to that property. So in one class, we are covering around 4 to 5 topics, right? At max 5. At minimum, we are covering 4 topics. So think about now this is the 4th lecture. Okay. So in total, we have at the end of 4th lecture, we have covered around 12 to 15 properties. So you need to keep those properties in your mind. Okay. Yes, Preeti, what's it out?
Yeah, I have a doubt about the last, 30 pixel that you have just given.
Okay, spread radius.
So how it is being showed over the HTML page?
In HTML page, in no code we are going to add, but in CSS only we are going to add the spread radius value to the box shadow CSS property. So you are able to see the difference, right? Initially the shadow was very small.
Yes, yes.
So now it has grown. I mean, it has grown to certain length now because of adding a spread radius. Okay. If you want the size of the shadow, if you want to alter the size of the shadow, you can use a spread radius, which is the 4th value in the
So
box shadow
without,
property.
if we don't give the spread radius, or we can change the height and width, then
Height and
also.
width. You want to change the height and width of the CSS.
How it is differing from the height width, the spread radius. What's the difference?
This height and width belongs to the respective element, HTML element. This red color you are seeing, right? For that, the height and width we have given. For the shadow, will just capture the essence of the height and width, and it will come on the backside of it.
Yes, for the box shadow, I'm asking only.
Yeah, box shadow, we don't mandatorily fix height and width. We fix the spread radius only.
Okay.
See, the height and width, whatever we have given, right? That is for the square. I mean, this particular div, the red color div you're seeing, right? For that only we have given the
Yes,
height and width.
yes, yes.
Okay. And
Mhm.
based upon that particular object, you're going to get the respective shadow.
Yes, yes.
Okay. That shadow, we are altering it through this particular value. See, the where should the shadow should fall. That will be decided by the horizontal offset and the uh, vertical
Vertical
offset.
offset. Yes.
Okay. Then how sharp the shadow should be, that will be decided by the blur radius. Then how the shadow should spread around the respective object, I mean the HTML element, that is determined by the spread radius. The blur radius is used for sharpness, and how it should be spread across the HTML element, that is defined by the spread radius.
Can you give me any real example apart from the like HTML page and all, so that I can relate it to that? Like just a normal example, not over
Okay,
the
normal.
websites and all.
Okay. If for example, if you see, if you walk around, try like standing in front of your the light in your room. Okay. So when you are standing nearer to it, the length of the shadow behind it would be a bigger one. When you move, I mean, away from the light in right or left direction, right, the shadow will alter. It won't be the same, right? So it's like the lighting effect. Whatever light
Okay, okay, okay,
like
okay.
that, like that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, guys, let's move to the fourth property. I mean, fifth property, which is called the color. So you can also change the respective color of the shadow that you're giving. Okay, let's see it like. Yeah, Pradeep, do you have a doubt? Okay. See, now if I don't want a black color is the mandatory. I mean, it is the default color which comes for the shadow. So now we have used different color. So we are able to see that's a change in the color. So that also we can implement in our code. So here I'll use yellow. Okay, I'll save this. Come back and reload. See.
Sir, for black, we don't want to separately, we don't want to write.
Yeah,
For other
it's a
color.
default color. It's a default color. So separately, you don't need to write it. Even if you write black also, there is no different effect. It will be the same, black only. Okay. If you want some other different color, as you said, Ramu, so we can use that color. If we need to add transparency, how to do that? You want to add transparency to what, Rupam? Red shadow. Red is the object. Yellow is the shadow. So which one you need to add transparency? Red. Okay. If you want to add a transparency to it, there is one more CSS property called opacity. Okay. Opacity, you can give it in percentages. Okay. If I give 10%, so I can alter based upon the these values. So opacity will basically determine how dark or how sharp the object, the respective HTML element should look like. Okay, the 100% is the exact new value. Yeah, it will affect the shadow as well. Exactly, it will affect the shadow as well. Because see, the amount of think about you have kept a mirror. I mean, a transparent glass in front of an candle, right? In that case, what happens? The transparent glass will not have that much deeper shadow if you keep a opaque glass in front of it, right? Like that. Cool. So it's like you can relate most of the properties to the real life example because people want everything, whatever they have in their real life in their technology also. That is what the customers want, right? So that is how today the metaverse is coming into the play. Cool. So yeah, So guys, you are able to understand how to add the color to the respective shadow, box shadow. If you guys are clear on that, let's move on to the implementation. Please implement that respective code for the box shadow color in your laptop, desktop, or computer, and give me a thumbs up or put it in chat so that we can move forward. I guess I have to record the statement now, right? So that I can play it where we can give the opacity. Opacity needs to be given, Preeti, opacity needs to be given to the respective HTML element to which you need to add, you need to give the, I mean, you want to, how sharp that object should look like, how that. So if I want to give to the, I mean, this particular div, I can add the opacity here. And I can give 60% or 70% based upon my value. Okay. So see, sometimes what happens is we are giving a percentage here, but sometimes in few deployments, right? Whenever you're going to create this website and put it in the internet, sometimes this percentage thing doesn't work, right? So in that case, what you guys need to do is we need to use a decimal notation. So instead of 60%, you'll be writing 0.6. So whatever percentage value you're going to give, divided by 100 and put it the value here. So that will take care of it. Okay, we'll cover opacity other classes too, but today I don't remember who asked this question. I think yeah, we can make that as important group of that works. Hey guys, have you guys implemented this? If you guys are clear with this, we can move forward. Any doubts, guys? Give me a thumbs up, guys. I can, if you're okay, I can move forward. Yeah, there is two more. There are two more things left out in box shadow itself.
No, I'm talking about the pseudo classes.
Pseudo classes. Yeah, that is left. That is left. That we'll cover. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay.
Not today, but we'll cover. Okay. I mean, that is not included in the in your syllabus. I don't think. I mean, it's kind of a pretty much thing that are basically used. Yeah, deep. But I wanted to know you guys to know these things. Even right. I mean, there's an inset initially. Not. I think these things. I don't know whether it has got covered in other classes or not. But I'm covering this because I want you guys to be good in whatever you're doing. Okay. So till now, we have given these values, right? So, okay. So, Rahul, is it inset or insert? Okay. So inset is basically a way to invert the shadow. So far we have seen the shadow is coming. The shadow usually comes. What do you say? I mean, outside the respective object, right? There is a chance there where you can keep the shadow inside the object. So in that case, what I need to do is I need to introduce the fifth parameter called as inset. What it will do is it will engulf it. Okay, the shadow will come inside the object, basically. So so it will just overlap the object directly. Okay, so now we have a very big shadow. That's why our complete the object has gone very deep inside. But the way to do it is like this only. So what we'll do is we'll add the sixth property called as inset. Okay, inset and outset. Outset is default. Okay, there is no need to mention the outset value. But if you want the shadow to be inside the object, the shadow comes in front of it and it engulfs the object. If you want that kind of nature, you can use a inset value. Okay, so that is how this has been done. Okay, this was inset one. So any doubt on the inset concept of inset, guys?
Repeat again, sir.
Okay, so now we have the object, the HTML element at the first one, and on the back we have the shadow. Okay, and shadow is outside because it is outside. Outside the object, the shadow is. Okay. If I want that particular shadow to be inside the object. Okay. Rather than outside, I want that as inside. In that case, what I'll do is I will add one more 6 property called as inset. Okay. Let's decrease the spread radius. That is 0. You see, now basically we had red color as the object, right? But now the object has gone inside and the shadow has come outside. I mean, the shadow has come inside the object. It has engulfed the object. Rather than coming behind it and spread it across, it has engulfed the object. So that is called as inset. Is it clear, guys, what an inset is? Oh, cool. So similarly, we have 2 more properties, that is initial and inherit. Okay. Initial is nothing but it will make the shadow go to the initial setup. I mean, whatever initial value the shadow had. Okay. I mean, that is none or a basic value that is given. So to that setup, if we should go, we need to use initial. And if you're going to use inherit, like we have multiple boxes inside a box. That's a box inside the box. In that case, if you want to inherit the same shadow property of the parent, in that case, we can use box shadows inherit directly. So it will, there is no need of writing the complete code. It will basically inherit whatever box shadow value is there for the parent, it will inherit directly to the child. So for that, we use initial and inherit. Sorry, inherit there. Initial, it will reset it to the very basic value, whatever it is. Okay. So that is why we use initial inherit. So this inherit, initial, these keywords, right? It is used for efficiency. Okay. See, initial keyword is used to reset the box shadow value to the initial value, whatever value it was given. See, for example, the first value, first one I have given one value. Okay. Next, I have edited in the code. I'm writing again the same. I'm selecting the same HTML element and I'm giving a new shadow to it. And the third time I'm selecting the same shadow, same thing, and I'm resetting it. Okay, using initial. So like that, we do it. So that is why we use initial. Initial basically keeps what it does. It's basically resets it to the none because all the initial value of the each box shadow is none. Okay. So that is why we use initial. It tells the browser to go to the initial level. Okay, for that we use initial. And for inherit, okay, what is the difference between initial and none? So in this case, the initial value was none, so we have used as none. So in some case, where we have what we'll do is we'll force fit the box shadow value. We'll force fit it. So the initial value itself is a force fitted value. So the browser will take that particular value. Okay. And inherit is used in terms of a child class. So if I'm going to have a child HTML element, and that is also going to use a box shadow property. So if I don't want, I want the same thing as the parent. Okay. So in that case, I can directly write box shadows inherit. So what it will do, it will just inherit whatever data it had. I mean, for the parent, it will directly inherit that value. So that is why we use inherit. Okay. So that's it. I mean, inherit and initial, these are used in very efficient way. Okay. When you become a very good programmer, I mean, 1 or 2 years experience, right? At that time, the level of code people will be expecting from you would be like this. Okay. So this is all about the CSS shadows, guys. This is the very first topic that we have covered today. Okay. So any doubts so far in CSS shadows, guys, or shall we move forward to the next topic? Okay, cool. So let's move forward because we have already spent an hour on the one topic. Still, we have got a lot to cover. Okay. So am I going slow, guys? Or do you want me to go a little bit faster?
No, sir. Is it okay?
Okay, it's okay, but we are lagging. Fine. No worries. Okay. See, a few people are saying it's slow. So let's jump forward. I'll just go a little bit faster. If you people have doubt, just stop me there. I'll explain again. No problem. Okay. So yeah, next is transition. So transition is nothing but it's an way of dealing respect some changes. Okay, if some changes are happening on the respective element. For example, we have this particular div which has height as 50 px and width as 50 px, and we have talked about this something called a pseudo class. So let's type a pseudo class. Okay, where on hover I will increase the height and width. Okay, so I'll write over here. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the height to 100 px. Okay, and the width to 100 px. Okay, so basically in this pseudo class, what we have done on hovering the respective div or the HTML element, we are going to increase the height and width. Okay, so if I go and reload this page and on hover is, see, once I have on hovered on that, the height and width got changed. It got incremented to the respective value that we have given. See, once I have hovered out, it has gone back to the normal one. If I again hover it, it has increased, right? So you are able to see the change in size, right? But that is not transition. There is no transition. I mean, it is not happening correctly, right? It is just happening rapidly on spot. It is happening on spot, right? So to do that, what we are going to do is we are going to transit it. Okay, we are going to introduce transition. So in CSS, we have like 1, 2, 5 things, 5 major topics in terms of transition. So one is the transition. Then we have transition delay. We apply some delay on the transition. Then transition duration. It's a duration, how much time it's going to take. Then transition property, which is going to tell how the transition is going to happen. Then we have transition timing function. So transition timing function is used to tell how, we are going to tell the browser like how many seconds it's going to take and how it needs to be timed. Yeah, Prag, what is it out?
What is pseudo class?
Okay, pseudo class is something which we give. We don't put that particular value in HTML. We just add it in the CSS. And for each HTML elements, there are a few pseudo class defined. And this pseudo class basically refers to some kind of activity on the browser. Okay, so like we have defined a hover activity here for the respective HTML element. So whenever this particular hover happens on the HTML element, this particular piece of code will get executed. You got it, Prab?
What is different between like normal class and pseudo class?
So normal class, it will directly get applied to the HTML whenever the HTML is loaded. So if you're going to do some actions on top of it, right? In that case, if you want to change some value, for example, on hovering on the square, I need to change the height and width of it. Okay, so the normal class will not get executed. It has already applied the CSS to the HTML. So this hover, right? This particular hover, this particular this particular action which got triggered on the HTML can be captured by CSS through a pseudo class, and that is why we are using pseudo class here.
Clear, sir. Got it.
Got it? Cool.
Yes.
So yeah. So now I'm going to introduce some kind of transitions in order to check how that is happening. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll add a transition property here in the square. Okay. So what I'll add here is, see, the height and width both are we are changing now. Let's keep it, for example, as width only for now. Okay. Let's go simply. Okay. Now in transition, what I'm going to do is I'll write width. Okay. The width should be changed with let's say let's give a time like say 2 seconds. Okay. So the transition is if there is a change in width. Okay. and it should take 2 seconds to do that. So that is what I have mentioned property here. So basically it will which and how much time it should take in changing the transition. So let's reload. Okay. Now if I keep here, see it is slowly increasing. You're able to see the difference, right? Once I hover on it, it has slowly increased and it is slowly decreasing. It takes around 2 seconds to do that. So that is why we use transition property to say to tell the browser and how it needs to handle the transition. Not on spot, it will handle based upon the values that we have provided. Any doubt on transition property, guys? Guys, please reply.
Repeat once.
Okay. See what we are doing here is okay. So what we have done here is see. So on hover of a particular HTML element, we are increasing the width. Okay. So when I don't have this transition property, okay, let's come here. So I'll just remove the transition property here. Okay. If I go on it and hover on it, see it is doing on spot. It's like an ad hoc way it is doing. Okay. So if I want to keep it, so transition. Transition means kind of animation. If I want to give an animation, like the width should grow, the width is growing on hover, so it should grow with some time. Okay. So for that, I will enable this property called as transition. And if there is a width is getting to be changed, it should take some 2 seconds to apply that effect. So if we go now here and on over this, it is going slowly. It takes 2 seconds to increase and decrease on over and on over out. So now it is now you guys understood what in transition is. Okay, cool. So this is what we called as in transition. Okay. So similarly, we have something called as transition function. Transition timely function. Okay. So let's try out that particular example. Okay. So next one that we are going to look into is transition timing function. So transition timing function has you can say there are kind of 5 values it can have. Okay, it can have 5 values, and those values are easy, ease. Okay, then we have linear. Okay, then we have easy, ease in and ease out. Ease out. Okay, then we have ease in and out. Okay, these are the 5 values, I mean majorly used values in the transition timing function. So transition timing function is nothing but it specifies in what speed the transition effect should work on the respective element. Okay, so linear means it will glow linearly. I mean the start and in middle and end, all the 3 steps, starting of the animation, in the middle of the animation, and the end of the animation. That is in our example, the starting when you on over it, the start of growing of the change, I mean the increasing size of the width in middle when it is increasing, and when the width is comparing. Okay, so all these 3 things, right? These all 3 happens in a linear fashion. I mean all the three positions, 3 states are in the same way. Okay, so that is called as linear. This means start, then middle and end, all are in same rate. Okay, so this is linear. Then we have ease. Ease means start and end slowly, and in middle it can go fast. It's fast as compared to start and end. That is ease. And in ease in, it has a only the starting is slow. Only the starting is slow. Okay, and in ease out, ending is slow. And ease in and out, both start and end are slow. Okay. So this is these are the transition effect which we couple it with transition timing function. So you guys clearly, you guys understood this theory here. I mean, I'm asking the theory. We'll try it out the examples.
Yes, sir. So it's look like similar as we do in our PowerPoint presentations.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. It's really the same, guys. Okay, but it is like the code. Yeah.
Any different. Ease and easy now. Both are same. Ease and
Sorry, Dharam?
easy out.
Hello.
Yeah, 1 minute. What? Yeah, what is the doubt, Dharam?
So Safikul sir.
Okay, yeah, Shafiqul. Yeah, please tell me what's the doubt.
सर मैंने मिस कर दिया ये वाला लास्ट वाला मैंने वो ट्रांजिशन टाइमिंग जो आपने दिखाया उसके बाद मेरा नेटवर्क स्लो हो गया मैं मिस कर दिया ये
Okay,
138
no worries, no worries. I'll come on. Okay. Yeah. See the transition timing function is used to tell how the respective transition should happen. Okay. So we have defined the values for it. There are 5 values that is used very commonly. So the very first value is ease, then we have linear, then we have ease in, ease out, ease in out. So in ease, there are 3 positions: start, slow, and middle. So starting and ending of the transition would be slow, but in middle it will be fast as compared to start and start and end. In linear, the starting, ending, and in the middle all will be in the same rate. Same rate it will happen, the transition or the animation. Okay. In ease in, only the starting is slow. We don't know about the middle and the ending. In ease out, we'll be knowing only there will be having a slow ending. We don't know about the start and middle. And ease in and out, we know both start and ending would be slow. We don't know what is the speed at the middle. So you guys understood what ease linear, ease in, ease out, and ease in out theoretically.
हाँ सर लेकिन एक क्या चीज क्या है ये सारा मतलब एक क्या ट्रांजिशन टाइमिंग फंक्शन का प्रॉपर्टीज है
हाँ ये सब इसके वैल्यूज है इसमें कोई भी एक वैल्यू आ सकता है इस 5 में से कोई एक वैल्यू इसको आ सकता है अब sorry for talking in Hindi. So it's like for this particular CSS property we can have these values. Any one of the value can come here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Dharam, is your question resolved?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Okay, guys, let's try it out. Let's give a linear one now here. Okay, just comment this for now. Save this, come here, reload this, come here. See, this one is in linear motion. Okay. Start, end, in middle, everything is of the same rate. Okay. So now let's move and try. Let's check it for ease. Okay. So there is a small. I mean, you people will be not able to see a lot of a difference here. I mean, in terms of okay, I'll just move this. Now you might be able to see. There will be some changes. I mean, what little changes you people will look into this. Yeah, cubic. I'll come to that, Rahul. So similarly, we'll be doing it for ease in, ease out, and ease in out. So these 3 things I will give it to you guys. So people try it out and see the difference. Okay. For ease and linear we have seen now. Now ease in, ease out, ease in out. You people please try it out. So I'll just give 2 minutes to you guys, so you people can implement these two things. Okay, please try it out, guys. Rahul, the one you're asking, right? The sixth value that we use it for the transition timing function is called cubic bisor. Cubic bisor is a mathematical function which will take 4 values, and based upon that, that particular function will give out a wave kind of thing, which will tell how this transition should happen. Rahul, you understood what a cubic bisor is? Okay. Let's give it a value. Is somewhat. You can see there is some value, right? Rahul, you're able to see the code, right? Way of doing it between 0 to 1. The values of the particular one element. So this is not that much important because it's not being used a lot in the lot. It's kind of an just it's kind of an advanced topic that you can people know about. That's all. Okay. Guys, give me a thumbs up, guys, if people have implemented the transition and transition time function. Cool. So if you have completed this particular thing, right? Yeah, Parag, what is it out? So shall I move forward, guys?
Yes, sir.
So next one, what we are going to look into is transition delay. So, now we can see whenever we hover on it, we are able to see literally the thing starts doing. As we hover on it, the transition starts happening. If we want to delay the transition, we should delay. For example, if I want to start the transition after 1 second or something, so in that case, I can introduce a transition delay, which is called this a property called transition delay, which I can give us, uh, let's say 5 seconds. Okay, I'm giving us 5 seconds. I'll save this and come here and reload the page. So if I hover this after 5 seconds, the this will start doing. See, I have hovered after 5 seconds only. The transition has started. If I unhover after 5 seconds, it will come back to the normal one. Okay, so this is called as transition delay, where you will be giving a time interval in which after which the transition should start or it should come back to the normal one. So this is how the transition delay is used. Any doubt on the transition delay, guys? Okay, please try to implement this. I'll just give you guys a minute to do that. If you people have done this in your laptop, computer, desktop, give me a thumbs up or put in chat so that we can move forward. Okay, cool. So now let's move to the next topic. transition property and transition duration. Okay, so transition property and transition duration is nothing but this is the shorthand notation. So here, instead of transition, like we are giving width and seconds, right? Instead of that, you can also write the same thing into two values. One is transition transition property, that would be the width, okay, and the transition duration. Okay, that would be 2 seconds. Okay, so these two values, right? These two properties, you can write a shorthand notation by using a simple keyword like transition, where the property transition property is the very first attribute, and the transition duration is the second attribute. So this is how you will use transition property and transition duration instead of transition keyword, transition CS property, which will also accomplish the same task. Okay, so that is also accomplish the same task. Okay. Any doubt, guys, in these 5 properties? I mean, transition, transition delay, transition duration, transition property, transition timing function. Any doubts here, guys, in these 5 properties? Okay. Guys, give me a thumbs up or put it in chat so that I can understand. Yeah, Rupam, it takes 2 seconds to complete the transition. Okay, cool. So I'll just give you guys a minute to implement these two properties in your laptop, desktop, or computer, and give me a thumbs up or put it in chat once you have done, so that we can move forward. Guys, you people are there. Okay. And first. Oh, cool. Cool, guys. So yeah, with this, we have completed successfully completed the second CSS property for today. That is the CSS transitions. So everyone is clear on that? CSS transitions. Okay, shall we move forward to the next topic, guys? Or any doubts here? Cool. Let's move forward. So the next one is called as the CSS transformation. So basically, in terms of CSS transformation, so far we have seen the shadows, then we have seen the transitions. Now it's a transformation. I mean, converting. I mean, moving the respective object, whatever it is there in its position, we are going to move it, or we need to increase the size or decrease the size, or we are going to what do you say? We are going to clip it like that. So basically, we are going to deal with the motion and graphics of a particular HTML element here in the CSS transformation property. So CSS transformation property is being used in CSS through a keyword called as transform. Okay, that can have these 4 values. None, basically, it's a default value, which means nothing is going to happen to that particular HTML element. It is going to stay as it is. Okay, then we can have a transformation function. This transformation function can rotate the object, or it can scale the object, it can move the object, or it can skew the object. So the object I am referring to the HTML elements here. Okay, so these functions we can use in order to perform some kind of motion graphics on the respective HTML element. Or it can have an initial value, which is nothing but the none, or any specific forfeited value that is kept at the initial level, or it can inherit the same property value from its parent. Okay, this initial and inert are common for most of the CSS properties. None, initial, and inert are mostly common for most of the CSS properties. Yeah, somebody had a doubt. I thought somebody was about to speak. Okay, cool. No worries. So let's look into the transform function here. Okay. So in this transform function, so I guess you people will know what a none is, right? So anyhow, let's try that out also. You just comment these things. Okay. Well, comment out this particular. Okay. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a transform property, which should be a none initially. So this none value is nothing but it's given in order to say that it's basically nothing is going to happen with that object. Okay, so it is a default value none, but we have added a transform property to it, which is a property which can be viewed in the screen in the developer console. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add I'm going to add the respective transform property value to it. I mean, there are a lot of transform functions that we can use. There's a very long list. If you want, I can show you the list of functions that are there. Let's check our WP structures. Okay. So we have a lot of transform values here, functions. So if you see, right, these much amount of functions we have currently. Okay, for the transform property. Okay, so we are not going to try all of it. We will try. I mean, for each one, we will try one or something. Okay, so let's start with okay. So rotate is something which we use to rotate the respective object. Okay, so for example, we have this particular thing. Now we have to rotate it with some degree. Okay, let's say I'm going to rotate it with say 10 degrees. Okay, I'll give 10 here. I'll come here and reload this page. Wait a second. Okay, so sorry, it should be 10 degrees. Okay, so DEG will refer to the respective degree. Same way you can also use the radian here. So what I'll do is I'll come and reload this page. See, the respective element got tilted by degrees here. Okay, you can keep on increasing the amount of degrees that you want to tilt the respective object, or you can use it to rotate it respectively. So basically, from it can go up to 0 to 360 degree, as we have the complete right complete the quadrant, the 4 quadrants, right? So we can go it from 0 to 360. So currently we have 10 degrees here. So any doubts on this rotate function, guys?
So by default, it's considering rotate from x coordinate, right? So
Yeah, by default.
okay. Sir.
Okay. If you want to rotate it, I mean, basically, if you want to rotate it along the y-axis or z-axis, right? By default, it will be x. But if you want to rotate it via x, y, z-axis, right? You can introduce this. You can use this one. Rotate x will rotate the respective object in x-axis by 10 degrees. If you want to rotate it by the y-axis, right? In that case, you can use y, rotate y, a capital Y. And if you want to do it with respect to z-axis, then you can use rotate z. Okay. So rotate is a common function which is going to by default take up y-axis. But if you want to do it separately, then you can use x, y, and z. Continuously rotate. Infinite time. Then I'll come to that later. Okay. Let's finish off this and then I'll come to the continuous rotation. Okay.
We can use this rotate in hover also, right?
Parag?
Like if we are using as a hover like rotate, if someone hover it and then it should rotate, so we can use this as a hover like we can use it.
Sure. You can use it. You can use it here instead of that. You can use this also. You can also add this particular property here. Okay. I come here and reload this. See, it got rotated, and at the same time, the size it also got bigger. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
So now I'll just keep this commented, and I'll move to the next one. Okay, so now I guess can it be done with box shadows as well? Yeah, Rahul, you can do it. See, box shadow is nothing but you're applying shadow to the respective object, right? This transform property is applied to the HTML element. Directly. Okay. So I guess you people now understood what and how to use and rotate X, rotate Y, and rotate Z, and rotate, right? So X, Y, Z, right? So X, Y, Z is basically happens on the X axis, Y axis, and Z axis. Okay. It's a 3D rotation. So this is a 2D rotation. This rotate value. It's a 2D rotation. Okay. But this X, Y, Z, right? These three values are the 3D rotations. Basically happens for the 3D values. If you want, we can look at here. So basically, it will happen to rotate all over it. Okay. So you can see there is a change in size, but it's actually rotating along the x-axis. Consider a 3D plane. Okay. Consider a 3D plane. Okay, like this. Okay, where this is x, this is y, and this is z. Okay, and you have an object like this. If you rotate it right, it will flatten. It will go on flattening. It will go like this, and it will rotate like this along the x-axis. That is why we are able to see whenever we are increasing, the size of the particular thing is decreasing because it is flattening. Okay, it is rotating like this. That is why you are seeing like this. Okay, cool. So this is all about the rotate function, where you can rotate it along 2D or 3D rotation. For 2D, you'll use a rotate function, and for 3D, you'll be using a separate thing like X, Y, and Z. Okay. So is it clear, guys, in terms of rotate? Give me a thumbs up, guys, if you people understood what a rotate is in terms of transform property, or put it in chat so that I can move forward. Okay. So let's move to the next one, which we will take. This is let's talk about scale now. Okay, scaling is nothing but moving the respective element from one location. Okay, so let's try out a transform property here. Okay, basically the scale is nothing but once you give a scale, right, it will increase the respective scaling of the object. For example, the height is 50px, so it will increase the height by 1.5 times. So how much scale value that you're going to give, that will increase the height and width of the respective HTML element. Okay, so let's give here scale, say 2 times, and I'm just going to do it 2 times. So let's give some margin to it so that you can see margin. Why I'm giving margin left here, guys? Why we are using a margin left here?
Because जब हम scaling करेंगे तो object left side चला जाएगा.
Yeah, because when you are scaling, right, the respective size of the object is doubled here. See, if I come here, you can see the size of the square as 100 cross 100 here. So if you see, there is a small pop-up, which is, a tooltip coming. There you can see div square 100 cross 100, because the height and width, initial height and width was 50 cross 50. Okay, we have scaled it twice, right? So it has become 100 cross 100. So you people understood what is called scaling here. How
Can
to
you
use a scale?
repeat, please?
Okay. See, the initial value of see, the initial height and width of this particular box is 50 px height and 50 px width. Now I have given a transform property like scale transform function, for which I have given value as 2. That means whatever object now we have, we are going to scale that object in 2 times. We are going to make it twice of the respective object. So the height and width has increased to, it will double, right? So the respective the current height and width, when we are writing the HTML element is 50 and 50. So once you scale it into twice, it will become 2 times, right? So height becomes 100 and the width becomes 100. So that is why we are having 100 plus 100. Sapna, now you understood?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So if we want to scale this along the x-axis only, so in that case, we can use something called a scale x. So here, what it will happen is it will become a rectangle because only the respective width has been scaled in the x-axis. If we use a y-axis, if we use scale y, in that case, it will just scale the y-axis. That will be the height. See, now the height got changed. So the scale x, scale y is used in 2D scaling scenarios. If you're going to use scale z, that is used for the 3D one. Okay, that is used for the 3D one. So any doubts on the scale, guys? Any doubt on the scaling value? Give me a yes or no, guys, so at least I can move forward.
No, sir.
Okay, cool. So now one more thing that I want to tell you in terms of scale is, so you have scale x and scale y. Okay, so if you want to use both the values, different value for scale x, you are giving 2 times, and scale y, you're giving 3 times. So that also you can give it in a single function called scale with a comma. So the first value goes for the scale x, and the second value goes for the scale y. If I do this, what happens is the x-axis, that is the width, will become twice, and the height, which is the y-axis, will become thrice. Okay, so if I go in here and reload, you can see the width has gone to 100, which is becomes twice, and the height has gone to thrice, that is 150. Okay, so this is one particular example of scaling that I want to tell you this. So is scaling clear, guys? Yeah, same way. For that, you need to use scale 3D. For 3D one, you have to use scale 3D. This particular function. Instead of scale, you need to use scale 3D. Okay. Cool. Now let's look into translate. Okay. We have seen rotate. We have seen scale. Now we are going to see the translate. So in translate, what happens is, let's give it a try. Let's come back here. Let's reload. Let's give translate. Okay. So basically, translate, what it will do is it will move the respective object from its location to another location. Okay. So in translate, we give 2 values. Okay. For translate, we give 2 values. First one is for x-axis, and the second one is for the y-axis. So if you're going to give 10 px, and you have to give 20 px. Okay. So this is for the x-axis, and this is for the y-axis. And the 0,0 value is in the top left corner. Okay. So basically, whenever you give a positive value to the first value of translate, that is the translate x in the x-axis, it will move right. If you give negative value, it will move left. And for translate y, that is the second value, the translate one. That is for y-axis. If you give positive value, it will come down. If you give negative value, it will come up. Okay, let's reload this. See, it has moved. That is called translation. Okay, if I give a negative value here, if I give a negative minus 10, okay, minus 10 px. So see, it has gone backwards. If I give a negative value and keep on increasing the negative value, it moves backward. It goes to the left. Okay. So this is the translate one. So similarly in translate, we have translate X and translate Y. If you want to separately like this, if you want to write this particular thing, you can use translate X and translate Y. So any doubt in the translate function, guys? Give me a thumbs up, guys, if you people understood, or put it in chat. If you have any doubt, please tell me, guys. Okay. So I'll just, for the time being, I'll just add the code so that the people will be able to understand when I'm committing this code. Okay. This is for translate. Okay. Similarly, I will also add it for rotate. And degrees. Okay. And rotate X and rotate Y. Okay. So this comment this is for rotate. Okay. And similarly, I will add the code for translate, rotate, and scale. Okay. And this is for scale X, it should be 2, and scale Y, it should be 3. Okay. So this code will help you guys if you want to refer back. Okay. So now you people understood what an translated, what an rotate is, and what an scale is, right? Are you guys clear with these three concepts? Give me a thumbs up or put it in chat, guys. Cool. So let's move to the last one, which we call this skew. Okay. So let's type the code first, and then we'll learn what it is. Okay. I'll give an angle for skew. Let's say 10 degrees. Okay. So I'll just rotate it. See, skew is basically moving the respective object in certain degree. Okay. It's not rotating. The base stands at the same position, but the top moves with respect to the degrees, whatever we are going to get. That is called a skew. Okay. Okay. You people understood what is skew and what is the difference between a skew and a rotate. In rotate, the complete object moves. The complete object rotates to a certain angle. But in skew, the base stays at the same position. The object tilts based upon the whatever degree we are giving. Give me a thumbs up, guys, if you understood the difference between the skew and rotate. Okay, cool. Fine. So in skew also, there are two ways to do it. Giving, you can give two values for X and Y axis. Let's say 20 degrees here. Okay. Let's come here and reload it. You see, it has moved based upon the X and Y axis. Okay. So similarly, we can use two different, two ways to do it. One is X and Y. Okay. So the basic skew is for, this is a shorthand notation for skew X and skew Y. If you want to write separately, you can write 154 and 155 line. So you people understood what an skew is? Okay. Good. See, I'm just stopping here. Okay, I'm just stopping here. I'll just give you a minute to think about whatever we have discussed in terms of transform, what a transform is, what are the four functions that we discussed: translate, rotate, scale, and skew. Okay, just think about it. Think about the implementation and ask a doubt if you people have a doubt. Because I know I have not given you guys time to implement this in your laptops, desktop or computers. So I'm giving you guys to think about it and ask the doubt if you people didn't understand any one of this. Guys, give me a thumbs up if everything is cool for you, or put it in chat so that I can understand. If people didn't know, please put it in chat. You didn't know, or unmute yourself and say that what you didn't understand. I can tell you what that is. Awesome, sir. So Rahul, for your question, no, skew is not there in 3D so far. Okay, guys, I'll give you 3 to 4. I'll give you 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, try to implement all these transform properties: translate, rotate, scale, and skew in your code, and let me know whether you people have the people are able to do it or not. Give me a thumbs up if you people have completed it, understood it, so that I can move forward to the next topic. Guys, give me a thumbs up or put it in chat if you have implemented all the 4 transform functions in your laptop, desktop, or computers. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's all about the third transform the CSS property that we wanted to discuss today. And we have one more topic to discuss today, that is CSS gradient. So do you guys want me to start up right now this topic, or do you want me to push it to tomorrow's class?
Sir, tomorrow class.
सर आज रेस्ट दीजिए सर, बहुत हो गया आज।
सर बहुत हो गया। Fine, no problem. Parag, I'll be teaching you guys front end and back end both. Do you want different instructor?
No, sir.
I was asking Parag, sorry. Okay. I was just joking, guys. I will be there for the complete session. Okay. I mean, I have taken up, I have joined as a full stack. So front end, back end databases, I'll be there. In case if there is some change in the management, if management wants me to move forward to another batch or anything. Okay.
And React?
Yeah, React also. In front end, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React. Then if Redux is there in your syllabus, I'll also
yes,
Redux.
Yes, Redux is there.
Yeah, Redux. Redux should be there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. CSS perspective. Okay, perspective is not there, not that much used browse, so I didn't put it up in the lecture. If you want, I can cover it in the next class probably. Cool. Cool, guys. I think
CSS grid is there in our syllabus.
CSS grid, yeah, it is there. It is there, I guess. Let me check once. Give me a minute. So the next lecture would be mostly about the flex boxes, flex properties. Okay, then we have flex items. Then yeah, I don't think CSS grid is there, but I can cover it in any one of the class. Don't worry about it.
You will cover it in our doubt session class if no one asks doubt then.
Yeah, sure. Doubt session happens on Saturday, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be there. I mean, so how the doubt session happens? It happens at the same time, or it is being conducted at a different time?
Same time, sir.
Same time, 9 to 11.
Yes, sir. And if someone have any problem in their laptop and something else, they can share the screen.
Okay. Sure, no worries. So I guess I'm expecting less amount of doubt because in the class I'm not able to. I don't know whether you people don't talk a lot. I don't know you people are understanding or how you people are taking me. I'm not able to understand actually.
We are getting everything, sir. That's why.
Yes, sir. That's I told you if no one asks doubt, I will cover CS grade.
Okay. So you remind me
because in many interviews, CSS grade ask the interviewer.
Yeah. It's asked. See, don't worry about. See, let me be very frank with you guys. If you people don't understand anything, ask me. If you want something to be taught, I'll teach. If even I don't know it, I'll learn and teach you guys. Okay. Don't hesitate in asking. Okay, because you people are paying, so take full advantage of the system.
Okay.
So that's why I asked you to be open in my class. I don't know about the other lecturers you had. So my way of teaching is understanding the group. Then only people will have an idea like how you guys are to what level I need you guys to match up with and run right. Yeah, no, I know about Zanzi. Yeah, I got connected with him before joining here. So Rupam, I'm a full stack engineer. I'm a full stack developer. I work on front end and back end databases and also in blockchain currently. So yeah, these are my skill sets. If you want to talk about the technologies that I know, in front end I know React, Angular. Then in backend I work with Golang, Node.js, Next.js, Nest.js, then C#. And in databases, I work with SQL, very minimum of SQL, mostly in Elastic DB and MongoDB, Mongo, which is a NoSQL databases. Yeah, like this.
Can you tell me about Next.js? How can we learn?
Yeah, 1 minute. I just answer that question, then come to yours. So Next.js, right? Next.js, Nest.js, these are kind of one which you need to learn after Node.js. So I would suggest first learn JavaScript, then learn Node.js, then go for Next and Next.js.
Okay, after Node.js, we are able to learn Next.js, right?
Yeah, we will be able to learn.
Is there no role of React if we learn Next.js?
React and Next.js, see, Next.js is the server-side rendering concept. So you can render. So basically, what happened? I'll come to that during that, right? Because if I tell right now, right, you people will become a little bit hazy on that. Okay, I'll get to that. Don't worry about it. Help me after getting learn blockchain. Sure, Rupo. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, me
so
too.
I work
Thank you, sir.
Good, man. So yeah, I work in a company called Everledger. It's a UK based firm. It's a UK based company. I was working as a full stack engineer at Evel. So recently I just shifted to a startup to start my career on blockchain. Yeah. Cool guys. Any other doubts or anything else that you want to discuss? Yeah, I'm coming to the MCQs guys. So this
स्टार्टअप में भी सैलरी अच्छी मिलती है
बहुत अच्छी मिलती है see that depends. See, in the very first class I told you, right, there are two types of companies in IT: a product based company, a service based company. If you are in a very good product based company, let it can be a startup or it can be a big organization, doesn't matter, they will pay you well. Cool. Oh, today I have a class attendance of 30 people. Great. Okay, let's go to the session. I'll create the MCQs. Okay, guys, I'll just add the MCQs here. Okay. Okay, Saurabh and Rupam, just wait. Let's finish the MCQs, then we'll talk about this. Okay.
Sir, have you uploaded?
Somebody was asking me a question. Who was that?
Sir, have you uploaded MCQs?
No, I'm typing the MCQs. I mean, I'm just copy pasting the MCQs. You'll get it now. I've created the very first MCQ. That was for 2 minutes. Please go and answer it, guys. I have created the second MCQ, guys. That is also for 2 minutes. Please go and answer. I have created the third MCQ, guys. Please go and answer. I've created the fourth MCQ, guys. Please go and solve it. Okay, cool, guys. I think today a lot of people have answered very correctly. Is the questions are simple or
all students are in Keysight.
Sorry, Dharam, I just.
तो सबका IQ बढ़ गया.
Intelligent हो गए sir.
Okay, that's great. That's good for me. We can also be attentive in class. Yeah, you guys are very attentive, I guess. Okay, somebody's saying I thought well. Okay, cool. I want you all of guys to be very great in whatever you people are doing, so that I can push you guys to very good companies. Right? I want to make you guys so self-reliable that without anybody's help, you should be able to go and sit in any interview and clear it. Cool. So yeah, I'll just create the attendance, and after that we'll discuss
So,
points with. Yeah.
सर एक बार ट्रांसलेट समझा दोगे मेरे को?
क्या समझा दो?
सर ट्रांसफॉर्म में एक प्रॉपर्टी थी ना, ट्रांसलेट.
Okay, translate. Okay, no problem. I'll just create the attendance and come back. Okay, give me 2 minutes.
Okay.
Hey guys, I have created the what do you say? The attendance. Please go and check yourself for the attendance, and the people who have doubts, they can stay back. Others who want to leave, they can leave. Okay. Correct, Rahul. Yeah. So yeah, coming back to the translate one. Sapna, you asked to translate, right?
Yes, sir. Just give me 2 minutes. I just create the
Yeah. Okay.
attendance.
Please do it. Okay. Before to that, okay. Saurabh asked in 5 to 10 years. Select the charger.
Sir.
Yes.
So I have a question. Like आपने जो बोला कि elastic DB. तो elastic एक search engine होता है ना?
Elastic is in cache. It's in cache. Cache DB.
So search engine developer का जो specialization होता है, जैसे कि ELK elastic search, Kibana.
ELK stack. Yeah, Kibana. Yes. Then log and log4j, and then you have elastic. Yeah.
So मैंने देखा है कि near about 80% full stack developer ये use करते हैं, लेकिन implementation वाला experience बहुत कम आदमी का रहता है.
True.
Elasticsearch में implementation.
Yeah. That is true. See, that's what I told you, right? If you get into a very good company, that's okay. But sometimes, right, you need to go into a very effective team in that company. If you go to some core team, right, which is developing very highly good products, right, then you'll get a chance to work on all these stack.
Yes. What happened actually today?
Yeah, please.
Today actually I got this requirement. So actually I am working as a associate HR in Hexaware. So I got this, and the salary is up to 45 lakh for 3 years of experience candidate. So I am getting what happened. I am getting profiles on Elasticsearch, but it's not implementation type of experience. So the candidates are rejecting only.
I get. Yeah, Hexaware is a good company. I mean, it's not a product-based company; it's a service-based company, correct?
Yes, but what happened? Hexaware, they have their own client, right? So they will put them in their own product client.
Nice. Probably today itself you might get some resumes from this class. As you said, you are in a chat.
Sir, Sir, in my 3 years of experience, I didn't get a single requirement for fresher.
See, that
That's the
happens.
matter.
Man. That happens. See, I mean, yeah, we have a past week class timing, so I can talk whatever I want now. So basically, right, if you take myself, right, I'm not talking big things about myself, but I'm telling the truth. So I have been working with the industry from my second year. Okay, from my second year. From second year, I joined. I took 3 months medical leave in my university. In my university, 3 months medical leave, and I joined L&T Infotech Mumbai, where I worked as a full stack developer in my second year. I didn't know HTML. I don't know very good JavaScript. I knew C and C++ very, very well. I was very good in my programming in DSA. So I was able to clear the internship level interviews. I got there. I learned JavaScript. I learned Angular there. I learned Node.js. I learned MongoDB there. Everything I learned all these three technologies in around 6 days. I think in a week. In a week, I learned all these technologies, and this was my first week in the L&D Infotech. The second week, I created a mini project. Okay, mini project using these technologies. I presented it to the team. So they were happy with me, and they deployed me in Flipkart's progressive web development service. Okay, so I was currently working there. I started working for next 4 months. It was 6 months. It was around 4.5, 5 months. No, not 5. Yeah, it was around 3.5 months. And next 2 months, I worked there as an. I mean, it's an intern only, but I was able to work on the technologies.
Yeah,
Okay.
sir. Yeah.
So I would say it's all about how much disciplined you are to sit and work. I mean, if you're eager to learn, you will learn. Don't do it for the sake of something. Do it for the sake of betterment of yourself. Automatically, everything will fall in place.
Yes, sir. I also change my domain in every 1 year. Okay, sir. Good night.
Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, I have Sapna is there. Sapna, you have a doubt, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're back. So yeah, you wanted to talk about the translate, right? So translate is
Yes.
basically used to move the respective HTML element away from the original location. Okay, if you want the respective element to move from this location to somewhere else, right? In that case, you need to use translate. So the translate x is used for moving it in the x-axis. Any positive value to that particular translate x, whatever the value you will give, it's positive, it will move right. If it is negative, it will move left. And the translate y is to move the respective object in the y-axis. So to move it in the y-axis, the positive value will move it down on the screen, and negative value will move it up on the screen. That is translate. Okay.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, Rami.
Sir, will you see my screen?
Not yet, Ramila. I have still not able to see your screen.
I'm sharing my screen, sir.
Okay, I'll stop my sharing. Okay.
Sir, host disabled participant screen share.
Okay. Wait. That's second. Ramil, not able to find the setting right now. I'll update tomorrow, and tomorrow we can share the screen. Okay, share your screen.
Okay, sir.
Cool. Yeah, before Sapna, is it clear for you, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Saurabh, still you are there in the call?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And for your question that you have asked like after 5 to 10 years, how the full stack development would look like, right? So basically, I would say the full stack development is going to be staying there in the field for longer time. Okay, the front end back end work will always be there, but the way we approach it might change a little bit. Okay, but I think there is a future for full stack development. Okay, not 5 to 10 years. It will be there for another 20 years.
हाँ, क्योंकि सर करंटली बहुत सारी टेक्नोलॉजीज चेंज हुआ है, इसीलिए पूछ रहा हूँ.
Yeah, technologies might change. Okay, the front end we use React today. Maybe some 5 or 6 years after, some new technology might come. Okay, that is possible. But the full stack development concept will be there.
Okay. Thank you.
So yeah, then yeah.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
So Rupam, as you're asking, as a fresher, I can get a job in UK-based company or need an experience. See, to get a job in any big firm, right, or a small firm, experience is not always required. It is required in some positions. See, it's not always based upon the company. It's based upon the team for which the company is recruiting. Okay, if the team which is going to get a resource, right, for a particular team, if the company is hiring, in that case, if the team has a lot of big developers, I mean senior developers, it requires junior developers in that case. So they will require they will take freshers in. So depending upon the team's requirement, the company will hire. Okay. So Ramli, what is your question? I didn't understand your question.
Actually, for HTML and CSS, for HackerRank.
Yeah.
Means I don't want solutions, sir, but I want to know how to do the problem in lead code or HackerRank. I'm seeing these questions, but I'm unable to do that question.
Okay. Do one thing. Tomorrow select any one question, okay, and share me the link with me tomorrow. Okay, I'll just look into that and I'll explain it in the class.
Okay, sir.
Okay, how to approach it. I'm not going to solve the question. I'll tell you how to approach it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Cool. Yeah. And Dharam, to answer your question, which one is better, service based or the product based? So that also depends upon the team to which you are going to get hired for. So we can't say, but most of the people prefer product based companies because there you can see a little bit of good vibes in terms of work-life balance, like that. So yeah.
Sir, what is Spring Boot? Spring Boot and React are same?
No. Spring Boot is an backend technology of Java. Sorry, Java. React is different. Sir, how to put that? So I have one more question from Rupam, that how to prepare for DSA, and we can keep on that. So in DSA, right, if you want to prepare well for DSA, whatever classes that have been taken for DSA, right, go through the class again, clear your topics, then start solving problems. The amount of problems that you're going to solve, that will increase your confidence on DSA. That will make you stronger. Okay. Yeah, Preeti, you have a doubt in your coding assignment, right? What is your doubt?
Actually, I'm not able to fix the header and the footer while we are scrolling the page.
Did you use a sticky?
Sticky? No.
Yeah.
In the display option.
Yes. Display.
Okay.
It's in position, I guess.
The position. Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I will do that.
Sure. That be great. Okay. So yeah, any other question, guys? Anything that you want me to clear? I know today's class was like a lot of things we have consumed today.
But it is overlapping the content that I have,
Yeah, that's how you fix it. Once you fix it, right, whatever data which is going to come, once you overlap it, I mean, once you scroll it, it will get on top of that.
Okay. And apart from that, I'm trying to use, the two same properties over the two classes, but still I'm not able to do that. Like with the help of comma with the classes. So we can define 2 or 3 properties, right?
You're talking about combining the classes together using a
Yes.
comma operator. Yeah,
Yes,
that can be
yes.
done. That can be done.
Yeah, I'm just applying for the header and the footer class, the 2 or 3 properties, but it is just getting applied on the footer part, but not the header one. I'm not sure why.
So in that case, right, don't use like that. If you have a separate classes for header and footer, put it in that itself. Don't combine those two properties and keep it in a separate CSS. Okay, put it in header class and footer class separate.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Okay. Few times what happens is on the loading part, right? Few times what happens is, right. So the header in header, right? Header might be loading a little late or it might be loading a little faster. So the applying this value, right? There is a chance it might get reset.
Okay.
I don't know how you have done it code. So yeah, but I suspect this might be one of the reasons. So yeah, try doing separately and check whether still it's not working. Then let me know. Then we'll dig deep into your code and see what.
Sure, yeah.
So can you give some tips for DSA problem solving approach? Nagarity, I'll get back to you on this in maybe 1 or 2 classes. Okay, I need to think about it and I'll get back. Sure. Cool, guys. Anything else, guys? Any doubt? Any other doubt you have? Cool, guys. I hope everybody is good. Lot of inspiration taken from you, Rupan. Rupan, you just cool. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Good night, guys. You've been a wonderful audience to me today. Yes, somebody wanted to speak something. Okay, great, guys. Good night to everyone. Let's catch it tomorrow. I'll just update the CC. Just update the CC. Cool, guys. Fine. Bye, guys. Good night.